My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Cruel Intentions. And an old friend of mine lent me this movie a long time ago, and I remember I didn't like it at all, but it has sat incredibly well with me, so I just rewatched it for the first time, and I was wrong. This movie is fantastic. I love it. So let's begin talking about the performances. And Ryan Phillip, I think, is great in this movie. He just carries himself like he's a supervillain, and I love how serious he is. It works for what this movie is going for, and his comedic delivery at moments is just pitch perfect. Then we've got Sarah Michelle Gellar, who looks incredible in this movie, but I loved what she brought to it. She's so sinister and unlikable, but also intriguing at the same time, and yeah, she's really great. Maybe my favorite performance of hers. You've also got Reese Witherspoon, who I think just gave so many great performances in the 90s. This is one of her finest ones, if you ask me. She's so likable and charming, and despite being a little naive, you still can't help but love her as a character. Selma Blair, I thought, was really funny in this movie. She does a real good job. Louise Fletcher does a perfectly fine job. Joshua Jackson does a perfectly fine job. And Sean Patrick Thomas does a perfectly fine job as well. So the cast is real strong and everybody does what they need to. I also like just how much sexual attention is in this movie. It does make it very entertaining, and the story being told is quite engaging. Like, it's unpredictable. You don't know what direction it's going to go in. The characters are so evil and so manipulative, and it just keeps you guessing, and it's just a very intriguing movie. Like, I never got bored for even a second. And I do think there's something here about how love can bring out the best and worst in all of us. You know, love can compromise your values, but it can also make you a better person. And I like the way the movie looks at it. I also think that one thing that doesn't get talked about nearly enough with this movie is how hilarious this movie is. Like, it's definitely a dark comedy, but I found myself laughing throughout the entire thing. Just so much great comedic delivery, so much great writing, and it cracked me up. Like, there's one scene where Sebastian is talking to Reese Witherspoon, and he's just talking to her with his glasses on, and he's like, dead serious, hey, did I leave my glasses there? And I find that moment great. Or there's a scene in a retirement home that's just hilarious. There's plenty this movie has to offer, and I do think it's very well directed by Roger Kumble. He's made a few decent movies since, but nothing on this level again, which is a real shame. I also think the movie is very well shot, it looks great, and the soundtrack is just iconic. Like, the movie begins with Every Me and Every Lou by Placebo, and plenty of great soundtrack choices throughout. But the finale with Bittersweet Symphony is just perfection. Like, this movie ends in such a satisfying manner that it leaves you on a real high note. Like, this movie just completely works for me. Now, that said, I do think the plot can get mildly convoluted by the end, and I do wish there was maybe a bit more emotion, but just very minor issues with an otherwise just phenomenal movie. I think it is such a highly entertaining, a very unique movie, and it just delivers in so many different areas. Great performances are in this movie, and just I can't recommend it enough. So I'm giving Cruel Intentions an 8.5 out of 10. Okay, have you seen Cruel Intentions? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin,